Welcome, everyone. It's a beautiful day in Brighton. Absolutely beautiful day. Very, very special day today. When Deborah left us in September, we knew we had a major, major job on our hands to replace somebody who was impossible to replace. But the search had already begun for a new artistic director for the festival. And there were two really important things that we were thinking about when we were looking for our new artistic director. And one was that they should have the ethos of the festival, very importantly, that we're a warm, welcoming and friendly festival with a warm, friendly and welcoming ethos. We also wanted somebody who would ensure that the festival was going to last for another 20 years at least, and that was a really important aspect of our decision. But we were very fortunate and could not have been more lucky to find Hannah Ely Olwen Foulkes, who will be joining us from today, really. And we're absolutely delighted that they're here. We're similarly delighted that you're all here because you have the first opportunity to meet Hannah and Olwen in the flesh. So big welcome to all of you, and I'm going to hand like this very carefully.
Hello everybody, and thank you to Mirella. I'm Neil Parkinson, and it's a great pleasure to spend a few minutes talking to Hannah and Olwen on their first event as artistic directors. It's slightly strange for me to welcome you here because you've been associated with Brent longer than I have. Hannah, you were here I think at Brent Live 10 years ago and have done other things. What are your memories of Brent Live and performing at Brent?
Gosh, yes, very, very many memories. I first came here with Fieri Consort, my vocal ensemble, 10 years ago, thank you. I've done several performances in this church, so it's very strange to be sat here now with a microphone in my hand and speaking instead of singing. I also performed in the Brentford Operas several times with Deborah directing. In fact, that's where we first met, Olwen and I. We didn't realise at the time. In fact, we only realised a few weeks ago that was the first time we met, wasn't it? Yeah. What were we doing?
We were doing Venus and Adonis, and there's this beautiful moment where the recorder and soprano have a little duet, and that turned out to be the two of us. And we were talking about operas past and performances at Brent, and then we had this sudden realisation that it was each other we were trying to coordinate with across the stage, and that felt like a very special moment.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I think you performed in Brent Live a few years later in 2017?
Yeah.
Yes, which was before or after that? Before or after you'd met?
Before, I think.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Just a little bit before.
So, I mean, it's a really lovely symmetry. The festival was started by Claire and Deborah, and now we've got joint artistic directors again. What gave you the inspiration or the idea to apply together? You clearly, was it just your friendship over the years, or what was it that made you think of applying together?
Well, we've worked on quite a few projects together and always really enjoyed it. And for a while, we have been saying, we'd like to do something bigger, we want to work on something larger scale together. And Deborah had been in our minds a lot over the last few months, and we'd been talking about the festival a lot and how special it was to both of us. And then Kathy emailed the details of this job out, and I sent a voice note to Hannah and said, is this the one we should apply for? Shall we do it? Shall we see? Could we do it? And then we got so excited in the planning for it, so here we are.
Excellent. We're excited to have you. It sounds as though it was quite hard for Mirella to actually get in touch with you to tell you that your application had been successful. How did you find out that you got the job, each of you?
Yes. There was a sort of cryptic message saying we must speak to you as soon as possible. And we thought, goodness me, what could it possibly be about? We struggled to get a Zoom appointment at the same time because Olwen had a concert, of course, and I was on the Eurostar, and then you had cancelled train, and then we had to cancel it, and then it finally got together at 8 a.m. It's some morning a few weeks ago, wasn't it? You were in a cafe somewhere, I was in Belgium, I think. And we finally heard the wonderful news.
Well, it sounds like the one thing you didn't think was that you might have actually got the job.
No, we didn't. We really didn't. No. It was quite a surprise, but a really, really wonderful surprise. So.
Terrific, terrific. Well, it's obviously early days, but we're obviously all here because we enjoy the festival, and also we sort of are grateful to Brent for all the sort of educational and community work that the festival does all year round. Can you both talk a bit about how you'd like to shape Brent in the future?
I think when we were thinking about the next few years, we had so many ideas of collaborations that we would like to help form, and artists that we think would be really inspiring, and we started making this whole list of things and got quite carried away, didn't we, when we were putting together the material for our interview. So I think there's a lot of future collaborations that we're really excited about. Education is something that's really important to me, and so continuing Brent Live and making that all the things that it could be. It's so much already. I think it was completely unique for my experience and also Hannah's. So there's a lot in there that we're really excited about. But one thing that was really special is after we accepted the job, we asked Kathy if she had any ideas from Deborah for the next few years. And she shared with us a document that has Deborah's ideas for the next 3 years in, and they're absolutely brilliant. So I think we'll be feeding in some new ideas and new artists, new collaborations, but also we really would like to make some of Deborah's ideas happen, and we feel like that's almost like a guide for us to help the festival into the next chapter.
I think I'd just like to add that one of the wonderful things about this festival is the audience and how trusting you are of the quality and the exciting creative projects that you get presented with. So it's just such a treat to be given this platform to continue to put people together and to find interesting things to bring to you. So thank you.
That's lovely. Is there anything in particular you'd like to say about 2025 and what might be coming next year, or is it too early?
Well, just after we had our interview, we had to keep reminding ourselves that this was a hypothetical festival that we'd put together. And we didn't need to chase up those artists and get them to send us a programme. Not just yet, but we will be doing that. So obviously, I think the theme is already known. The theme is love. Love in all its forms. So we're structuring the festival around those different kinds of love. Do you want to add anything?
I think that's great, thank you. So it's a delight to have you here with the audience, as we've mentioned, and many of our friends of Brent and members of ensembles and our volunteers. So I'm sure you're looking forward to meeting them over the coming weeks. So we'll look forward to you meeting everybody. So thank you very much for talking to us. We're going to return to Brent Live in a moment. But can we just once more welcome Hannah and Olwen. We've proved over the last few weeks just how much this festival and Brent means to very many people. It means a great deal. And so can we wish them well in carrying it into the future? Thanks.